Go ahead. Did we lose him?
Kyle, he should still.
Alright. Alright. Everybody, this is Kyle Pukasudovic. Welcome to this week's edition of The Top Cut. This week we have a very special post-nationals focus on the show. With us we have our usual cast, myself, Drew Holton, Oak Flake, Trevor Alfano, Michael Premos, and our very, very special guest, man of the hour, 2011 U.S. National Champion, Justin Sanchez. How you doing today, Justin?
I'm pretty good today. How are you guys doing?
Going out, brother.
Pretty good. Alright, so, obviously, probably, Justin, people want to hear from you the most, seeing as you just won the biggest event in the country, probably in the world. And so why don't you just give us a story, tell us how Nationals went for you.
Alright, well, Monday morning I got a call from my friend George. I wasn't really planning on going to Nationals at first. My friend George calls me, "Hey dude, what are you doing this week?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to Nationals." And he tells me and stuff, and whatever. I go with Heidi Craig. We drive up there. I think it was like 18, 16 hours. Pretty long ride. Fun ride though. Thursday night, Friday morning, I decided I'm gonna play on Mega 9 Zone. Pretty good choice, I think. but yeah, first round, I believe the guy's telling me about how good Tyrone is, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. He flips over Clef, and I'm like, oh, I feel so bad for this guy, man. It's communication for the Tyrone. So I felt really bad about that. But my switch rounds, I lost to Frank Diaz, who went 9-0. He donked me. I also lost to Matt Aldis, who I started off pretty bad against him, but I mulliganed 6 times and didn't have a way to shuffle his hand back in, so that was going to hurt me. But I still took it down pretty close, 1-1. Overall, though, my games were there wasn't really a match that I can say other than the main tiles that and I guess me and Dylan too, because he beat me the first game also, which I find kind of cool because everybody's telling me about how the format is you win the first game, you win the match, but I mean, I guess that's not completely true. I mean, I don't know, it was pretty cool, and the fact that I even got to play against Kyle was pretty awesome, But overall, I had a great experience in that.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, I felt really good.
Yeah, by the way, that deck sucks. Just kidding.
Oh. It's a consistent deck.
Yeah, it was probably not everybody's, but it was probably most of our front runners. I think Drew ended up playing it too, but he had to drop. But it was a good deck, dude. It was a great choice for the event, obviously.
Yeah. If there was one thing I could change about it, it would be not playing Flower Shop Lady, because that card just wasn't helping at all.
Yeah, that's kind of what testing's all about, it took us a little while to test to figure out that the card wasn't going to be very good. You don't really care if you lose your Pokemon. It's gonna, the games go by so fast that you just have to make do with it. But yeah, that's just where testing comes into play. But now you're gonna be ready for Worlds.
Yeah, exactly. I'm testing every day for Worlds, man. But I just wanted to, give advice to all the viewers out there. Run Rescue Energy if you're gonna run that deck, because I saw 2,000 people not running the card, and I'm like, ugh, the card is so good in there.
Did you run Pachirisu?
Yeah, I ran one.
You ran one Pachirisu?
Yeah.
Does maybe adding Rescue Energies kind of hurt your Pachirisu a little bit?
I mean, it never really conflicted because, first of all, the Pachirisu wasn't really coming out early game in the first place. It was mostly when I already had multiple Magnezones out and I was able to draw multiple energies. So it wasn't really I was desperately searching for the Pachirisu. It would just come out whenever it came out,
Yeah.
And then it would obviously give me the advantage.
That's a good point. I never tested Rescue Energy, but now that you're mentioning it, I'm like, oh, maybe you're right.
Yeah.
By the way, do you have the stream going?
Yeah, we have Kyle dropped out of the call, so I have to fix cameras a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm saying the stream, Justin, do you have the stream going? Can you mute the stream? Because I think we're getting feedback from you or something like that. And if it's not you, it's probably Drew. Yeah.
Probably.
So what do I do?
Do you have the actual stream going, the TopCut.net stream?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, now just try to mute that.
Wait,
that
actually,
way.
I don't.
Oh, not even watching yourself. It's cool. No, forget it. It's probably just a little bit of a background noise. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
But yeah, dude. I mean, obviously, Kyle just dropped, so I'll take over for a little bit. I have a really sore throat, by the way, guys. That's why I had Kyle do the hosting duties, but we'll see if he can come back right now. Anyways, yeah, obviously, congratulations. You're a great champion. Do you understand? Like, I shouldn't say do you understand, but like I always thought that like the national champion is like the ambassador for Pokemon in the United States for an entire year, because at that point everybody's gonna be looking up to you. Everybody's gonna be like, dude, this guy won nationals. Like, have you been made aware of that responsibility yet? Like, have people like just jumped up to you and been like, dude, you're awesome or anything like that?
It's a funny story. On the elevator back, I get in the elevator and these two girls, you know, I'm like, I get in the elevator, and they're like, wait a minute, aren't you the guy who won nationals? And I'm like, wait a minute, I did win nationals, you know. It was like
each up one arm. You're like, yep.
But I mean, I realize I have to, you know. This is my philosophy on it. I'm a good player. You know, I'm obviously you're not going to win nationals off of being, you know, a player, but I think that when it comes to being responsible for being the ambassador of the nation, I think I'm ready for it, but I need to actually care. You know, I need to play test. I need to do all this stuff that all the players, all of you guys are doing to get there. You know.
Yeah, I mean, and it's cool that you understand that, and it's cool that you embrace that. Because there's been, and I'm not going to name any names, but there's been champions that they just disappeared. They don't really want to be like, they don't want to embrace the fact that they're going to have fans now. And if you do that, then that just helps grow the game, and that's what's most important, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just being able to be like, tell a little kid, hey, dude, let me sign your playmat for you or whatever if you have to. And just be like, hey, dude, you can win too. Just something that simple, and it'll make that kid's, day and everything like that. So that's cool that you embrace it. And obviously, I've heard a lot of people, give you smack for Kyle's missing flips or whatever, but honestly, that's happened to a lot of people against Kyle, and it's happened to a lot of people. Period. That's just the way that a lot of tournaments go. I can complain about all my flips all I want, but at the end of the day, that's just the way the game is. So I just have to embrace the fact that I got lucky some matches, unlucky some others, and go right on. And I don't think it's fair to you. I really don't. Like, I was reading some message boards today, and I was seeing how, excuse me, I was seeing how there was just like people giving you flack all over the place, and that's not fair. Because you're a deserving champion. Like, you obviously had to play really well to get to where you are. And the fact that you won, that's even cooler, I mean, who cares if you got lucky? Somebody had to do it, so why not you,
True.
And the fact that you're good is what really matters. So, yeah. So, obviously, congratulations to you, and we'll come back at you. But in the meantime, so that you get tired, how was your tournament experience, Drew? Your entire 2 rounds that you played?
Well, I went to the bagel shop for breakfast, 2 rounds. And then the first round, I had a pretty easy game versus Kindred on Mega. Unfortunately, the second round I played, round 4, I got FTK'd by Pachirisu, so my rank was kind of on the edge. I had 1 loss to give, so I just dropped. In the end, I had 2 losses to give, but hindsight's 20/20, so it was nice. I got to get do some coverage, interview the top 16, stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, you were like pulling overtime duties. Like, we were just like sending people over to you, and you were sitting right there with your mic, just ready to do it. So that was cool too. Like, it was really hard actually for a lot of us. We didn't understand that it was going to be so hard to do all this coverage, because we're saying we're going to do live coverage and everything, and then all of us are sitting there just like winning every round, and we're like, we can't find anything because like all my matches are going to time because I'm so slow. And we've got Kyle and Pramelat also playing every round. And finally Drew got the drop, so that was actually really cool. Like, that gave us a little bit of extra breathing room as far as, like, updating people's concerns. Mm-hmm. And Drew did a great job with the top 16 coverage, so thanks to him.
That's
what did you think about your deck choice? Obviously it won nationals, but, like, what did you think about it?
For me, in hindsight, I might have played something else that couldn't get FTK'd at all, because I only had 1 loss to give. I should have just totally took getting FTK'd out of the scenario and played, like, maybe Typhlosion and everything at 60 HP. So, I don't know. Looking forward to Worlds, that's definitely one of my concerns. Trying to pick up the Pokemon that have the highest HP, so I can't get FTK'd again.
Yeah. and I'm going to speak for Kyle, even though I think he's just coming back. And Kyle actually built the deck that he and I both played on Tuesday morning in Bramawat's room. I've been playtesting the Stage 1 decks a lot, but it started losing a little bit. And, Kyle was dead set on Stage 2. But at the end of the day, when you look at, Canadian Nationals and you're looking at our playtesting games and you're seeing people get turn 1 left and right, it just scares the heck out of you, dude. Like, you actually have to be like, okay, well, I'm either going to play all these 50 HP basics and babies, or I'm just going to play, a Stage 1 deck that has 60, 70 HP and only one baby, which is Tyrogue, obviously, to get the first turn KOs yourself. So that was the basis of the deck that we ended up using, and it worked out. I never got turned once, neither did Kyle, to my knowledge. So that was just our entire goal. Our entire goal was avoid turn ones and go from there. And obviously, we didn't get turn one, so that part of the strategy was fine. And he got to the finals. I guess I might as well just touch on the subject that I did forget to write down my communications. It'll never happen again. I don't know what happened. Just a mental error. I don't know. Obviously, I'll never do it again. But round 3 comes along. I'm 3-0, feeling pretty good about my deck, and then I get sent up to what I thought was random deck check. And then a lady there that Trish, she's Arizona PTO. She's like, hey, why are you here? I'm like, well, random deck check. She's like, no, it's not. At that point, I was like, okay, I'm screwed. I didn't know what I did, but I figured I probably wrote my deck illegally or something. And go figure. It's probably the 4 most important non-Pokemon cards in the deck, aside from maybe Pokemon Collector. So, it is what it is. I still did pretty well. But obviously, I feel like I could have done a little bit better. All of my opponents were great, by the way. My experience was just fantastic. All of my opponents were excellent players. They all, had nothing but good things to say about the Top Cut. Thanks. It was a great tournament. I believe I lost to Brit in top 64. That's where communication actually really would have helped. But so be it. He played great, and I'm sad that he didn't make it, further than top 32. But so be it. Good player. I don't know. Fun tournament, great turnout, and the Top Cut, the stuff that Drew did for us, made us look pretty cool. So I'm just happy about the entire tournament experience for myself. And Kyle's back, so I'm gonna let him host after I give it to Bramawat.
Yeah, Ness is pretty good for me too, except for my Top Cut round. That was pretty brutal. Have the 1 round bye, so that actually makes top cutting real easy. Played Typhlo, went through the rounds pretty easily. I didn't get FTK'd at all, or FTK'd anyone else. It was kind of weird. I hear stories about Tyrogue running rampant on some people. I'm just like, haven't seen it, and it hasn't been done to me. So, yeah, I went to 6-3, which is 5-3 with my bye, which is kind of but yeah. Other than me and that one in 16,000 chance of happening in top 128, pretty good tournament. Though playing in doing interviews is rough. It's like if you when you get enough time to switch over and you start interviewing people, you're like, wow, this is actually really tiring after a while. So I don't know, it's gonna be tough if we try to do both again.
Yeah.
Yep. So I kind of got cut out of most of what happened here. So if you guys want to fill me in, that'd be great.
We're just
Justin gave us his life story. Drew gave us the talking tweet.